Guys, I am so excited to film this video, so much so that I'm Styleboy and welcome to my world. About a week ago, I uploaded ranking every single Ariana Grande album because I stan her. But if you all know me, you know I stan someone else way more, and that is my queen, Taylor Swift. My girl! Not only do I own all of Taylor Swift's albums here, I also have 2 Taylor Swift vinyls, and I've seen her twice in concert. Honestly, the best concerts I've ever been to. And today we are ranking every single Taylor Swift album. Disclaimer, my opinion, again, if you disagree with me, tell me why in the comments because I want to hear your opinion. Just don't attack mine. And also, when I mean this, I generally mean this. None of these albums are bad albums. Actually, these albums are like chef's kiss. Every album I was listening to is somewhat of a degree of a chef's kiss. It became so hard to decide because I was like, oh my god, those are all really good. I'm really excited. Swifties, let's have a little party. Let's celebrate our queen, Taylor. If you do enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe because we love music on this channel. And without further ado, let the rankings begin. We're starting off with number 7. And number 7, I feel like UK Swifties, I don't know if you have, and if you have, like, that's great, but I didn't actually discover Taylor during this era. I actually discovered her during her next era. The first one is Taylor Swift, her first ever album. This is adorable of an album. I actually have to say, like, when I remember when I first got it, and I think I first listened to it, I was like, this ain't really my vibe. And now listening to it, I'm like, this is great. It's like so country, but like so her. I think even if she's grown, you can still hear like new Taylor with this Taylor, and that's what I love a lot. Like, I love the mix of that. I just love it so much. With this one, what I really like, I just love how raw it is, and one of these songs actually made me cry. Like, I was like crying to it. A 16-year-old Taylor was relating to 20-year-old Steph, just crying his eyes out. I love how raw it is as well. Like, I see why she got the reputation of like her lyrics relating to people, because literally this album, I was just like, why do I relate to this so much? Like, wow. Mary's song is one of my favorite songs of this album. Like, it's so cute, it's so happy, and it's just generally like such a joyful aesthetic. And I'm so glad she started with this. I mean, there's not really much to talk about. Again, I didn't really grow up with the era, so I didn't really witness it as an aesthetic, because also for Taylor, if you're a Swiftie, we all know that she goes ham with eras, and I want to also explain each era's aesthetic and if I like them or not, but I wasn't really around this era, so I can do the next era and up, but I can't really do this era because I didn't really witness it. So if I'm gonna rate this, my top 3 from this are, should have said no because we stan. When she popped up in Reputation, me was shook to the core. I was like, ooh! Mary sung My Oh My, and I think either Invisible, The Outside, The Outside, that's the one I was crying to because I relate to it so much. This one doesn't really have a skip, but there's like one song I'm like, it's not my fave, and y'all are gonna get so confused with me, but it's Pictures of Burn. I don't know, it's just not my favorite. However, I just think this is adorable, and like, I love it. Oh, next is number 6. I also listen to the deluxe tracks of like every single album. Number 6, it was so special to me, it's Fearless. Firstly, look at this cover. This is so gorgeous, a cover. Look at her hair. This album was actually when I discovered Taylor Swift. My mum discovered her and then showed her to me, and I became obsessed. I just love this era so much. I have to say, definitely compared to Taylor Swift, Fearless is almost like a bit fearless and a lot like badass, but more like confident, and you can kind of hear that. And I have to say, the deluxe tracks for this, Jump Them, Fallen, Untouchable, and Forever and Always acoustic. Oh my god. This album, I think, always just means so much. Again, discovering Taylor during Love Story, and this Love Story and its reputation of being one of the most popular love songs of all time. Like, that is my queen. I love how, again, like, I can still relate to it, especially 50. Like, 15, I relate to. Fearless is like a dream. Like, can Fearless happen to me? The whole thing about running in the rain in your best dress and then kissing him in the rain. Oh, but that's how I got the rain thing from, and the rain shows, and I love it. Change is a bop. The best day is amazing. Forever and always. Forever and always is everything, and so is The Way I Loved You. They are like two of my favorites from this album, okay? Oh, it's so good. Okay, production, okay, vocals. Remember, like, younger me was like, oh my god, The Way I Loved You is so romantic, and now just listening to it, I'm like, child, you had no idea. Also, this album has 0 skips. Oh, and the reason why these two albums are lower is literally because every single Taylor Swift album just gets better and better and better. That's it. I have nothing else to say. These two, they're not even like weak albums. I love them, but they just get better and better and better. For me, my top 3 from this album are The Way I Loved You, Forever and Always, and I think it's a tie between White Horse, Fearless, and Change. I love those 3 so much, and I think definitely they're all tied together. My least favorite from this album, again, this album has 0 skips, so like I will listen to everything, but probably I'm not sorry, just because it's really sad, and again, I'm not into really sad music that much, so for me, it isn't my favorite, but again, like it's not even bad, it's just compared to all the other tracks, like they shine like sparkling stars. Okay, oh my god. My number 5 is about to get Swifties wildin'. It's about to turn some heads, and people go like, what? Oh god. My number 5 is Red. Loving him was Firstly, this album isn't bad. Like, let me just say that I adore this album. This is my autumn bitch album. Like, I'm just thinking like, you're going to like, I don't know, Starbucks because 15-year-old Steph thought like this, and you're going to get like a pumpkin spice frappuccino because the latte is disgusting, but the frappuccino, and you just put this in your headphones and you walk across the park with leaves and you're wearing like a red lipstick. I love how I'm making a story for this album. I love this album, and this album has the best opening track, okay? State of Grace, superior. I actually love all the pop tracks on this, like 22, I Knew You Were Trouble, freaking changed the industry, okay? Culture Reset, I think so. Holy Ground, Holy Ground, Holy Ground should have been made a single. I love this album, and this album is just so amazing, and this era and the aesthetic of it, beautiful. Like, oh my god, this aesthetic of like the vintage and the red lips and almost like the kind of like 50s, 60s styling that she was wearing out. Me being a fashion lover, I took note of her street style. I did. I loved the way she dressed for this era. She always looked so elegant and put together, and also the bangs. I am sorry, we love the bangs. She kind of also brought it back in rap, and I was like, yeah. I just love this album. And also it came out with the most iconic Taylor Swift track, okay? All Too Well. Oh, such a classic Taylor Swift song. If you are a Swiftie, you at least have a great appreciation for All Too Well. The reason why this album is lower, this is because it has my least favorite Taylor Swift song in it. And also there's a couple of, not like skips, because I feel like if I listen to the full album, there's only technically 1, but if I'm just listening casually, like, I don't know, you know, okay, here we are. Do you guys ever like listen to an album and there's like a casual listen where like you'll just put it on and like you'll skip a song if it's like, oh, it's too sad, or if it's like, like, I just want it in background, and then like you have it where you like properly focus on it and you'll listen to the slower songs? Or is that just me? So if I'm like listening just casually and I don't really want sad songs, there are like, a couple of skips, but if I'm like gonna properly listen, then there's only 1 skip. My other reason, just the other ones just shine higher for me, but again, like State of Grace and then transitioning into Red. Top 3, you may ask? Well, State of Grace, Holy Ground, and actually Starlight. I love Starlight, okay? Starlight is like the happy, vintagey bop, and I adore it, and please listen to it. It's such a good one. And the ones that I skip are The Last Time featuring Gary Lightbody. Not my particular favorite, like, just because of his vocals, like, and I think mixed with hers, like, to me doesn't go, in my opinion. If you like it, nothing wrong with that, that's just my opinion. The second one is Sad, Beautiful, Tragic, because that is literally like sadness to another level. So, sorry Swifties! We still stand, right? And we still stand this aesthetic of the era. Like, oh my god, I'm not gonna please you guys next either. Like, oh my god. So I do have to explain with number 4 and number 3. They are practically tied. They are basically tied for me. I can't decide. I keep on switching between the two. Honestly, I think it's because A, seasonally, and B, because I love both to death for different reasons. So I'm gonna put them as like ordering for now. I love how the one I just said and the next one are I've been to both the tours of. And they were both incredible, but I think especially this tour smashed it. And my number 4 is, again, 50 Don't Kill Me, Reputation. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. This album is incredible. Not even like, oh, it's good. Like, it's incredible. I love this album to death. I'm not even saying the ones previous I don't love to death, like I do, but like the top 4, Chef's Kiss, Pop Perfection, that's all I'm gonna say. Reputation is that bitch, okay? If you're mad at someone, this bitch, oh, if you're in love with someone, this bitch, oh, if you just want this album, this bitch. I actually adore rap so much. Firstly, because the tour. Sorry, that was the best tour in probably existence. If you were lucky enough to go on the rap tour, wow. I went on the rap tour and I adored it to death. Like, the rap tour was probably one of my favorite concerts I've ever been to in my entire life. And the rap night was one of the best nights I've ever been to. I was so close to Taylor Swift. So I died, of course, because it's Taylor Swift. Like, what else do you expect? They were so incredible and she looked so good. Her performance was incredible. It was just amazing. And like, the thing with this album is so good. Don't Blame Me's vocals, triple home run that vocals. Oh my God, like, did anyone expect that? No. Are we happy we got that? We are like forever begging on Taylor's knees that we got Don't Blame Me. It's so clever also because, okay, from a marketing standpoint, going against her old like musically reputation and going, or not even conforming, but it's almost like the same way as Blank Space, you know? Like, she almost took, not the mick out of it, but she took it to her own stride because everyone was painting out as a snake, as a bitch, as like, she's a liar, like, we shouldn't trust her. So she literally went like, you want to see me like this? Fine, this is me, and literally took it so much. But what I also love about this era, to be exact, was how connected the fans were, because I know that she was having a lot of things with this era to do with, like, she was doing more meet and greets of this era. She was meet and greeting, she was connecting with fans more. She was so dedicated to the fans. And again, like, if you listen to this album, you generally get the picture that like she did this for herself. Like, yeah, it starts off as being dark and mysterious and ooh, bad bitch vibes, but when you listen to it like down to the end, there's like love involved, and I love that means well. The Reputation tour poem, there's like one line that I'm like exactly thinking of that like resonate with this, which is, when she finally rose, she rose slowly, avoiding all haunts and sidestepping shine penny, wary of phone calls and promises, charmers, dandies, and quick love schemes. When she stood with desperate knowingness, waded out into the dark, wild ocean up her neck, said a prayer of gratitude for every clink in the armor she never knew she needed, standing broad till next to her with a love that really was something, not just the idea of something. That was Joe. Joe did that, and this is what I think this era shows. I was like, there's love in there, and it's beautiful. I'm really sorry for headphone users. Zero skips. Also, production is impeccable, and this era aesthetic. Okay, to be honest, like, I'm not into like the dark era aesthetic. Like, I know everyone is. Freaking look at my room. I'm way more into like my pastels and my bright colors versus like dark colors and stuff like that. So although I deeply appreciate it, it's definitely not my favorite aesthetic of the era. The street style was like pretty cute, I do have to say, and I think it's kind of nice because you saw her like playing a lot with her street style. Taylor, what she does with every era, which is something I personally adore, is that she like completely transforms herself every single aspect. So not only in like her sound and her like covers, for example, like this compared to like Lover or 1989 or Red are like so different, but also like the way she dresses, the street style and press and the performances, like everything changes. She's like one of the few artists where like when it happens, she reinvents herself every single era, and I as a Swiftie, I do love that. And also like the blackout and then like Look What You Made Me Do and that music video, cultural reset, okay? She really did that. Production is impeccable. Like, it's such a good mix between like her sound and modern, and I think for a lot of Swifties, we all knew, like, as much as it sounded different, we all know this was her, and that's what we love. If I had to rate my top 3 favorites, I would say I Did Something Bad, best bad bitch anthem ever, Don't Blame Me. Do I even need to remind you of she produces vocal heaven? And so this is because I'm like a really corny bubblegummy pop fan, so like gorgeous. Plus I love the lyrics. Like, I think anyone who develops a crush can relate to that. Basically me half the time. So they're my top 3. My least favorite, I feel like a lot of Swifties can kind of relate to this, but like Look What You Made Me Do. Simply because I didn't like it as the first single. I was was like, huh? But I will say I love it now. I think like with most Taylor songs, like I love it the more you listen to it. And I feel like this era grew on me so much. I love this. The next era, we have to talk about this era, okay? Because some of y'all need to calm down and leave this era to shine purely. Like I said, these two eras will probably flip. I also think these two eras, like rap and this album, are both two sides of a coin of like falling in love and being free to be who you are. So for me, I view it like that because it's like rap was kind of like, well, this is what the world gave her and this is what her love gave her. So it's like two different things. And it's almost like Lover is almost being like self-love to her, like being like, I don't need this anymore. It's like a journey because it's like, I don't need to follow you guys anymore. I don't need to follow the press and what they think about me. I don't need to follow like what the media thinks, and I don't need to conform to other people's thoughts. Like it's literally just like a massive F you and just becoming herself. And I think she even said to this era in particular that while rap was happening, we, her fans, made her see in rainbows and pastels again. And if you could not guess, the next era is Lover. I do have to talk about this era though for a moment. Please stop disrespecting this era. I don't know the majority of you aren't, because Swifties, we unite. And I get this may not be your favorite era, but like this era is great, okay? I love it. It's a very mature era. And I think that's what I really love about it, because it's like a very grown-up perspective on life. To me, I do think also the topics spoken about in Lover are really mature. So for example, like The Man, chef's kiss. You need to calm down. We stand a gay ally, speaking from one of the gays himself. That's me, by the way. I'm gay. Soon you'll get better, which is something that not many people talk about, and I love it because it's like something that we all go through, and I'm so glad she wrote that. Miss Americana, Heartbreak Prince. Ooh, that one just hits different, okay? That's such a bop and I adore it. I just love it. And also Cornelia Street. I love Cornelia Street. Like that's such a beautiful song, but also The Archer, which y'all just let fall asleep again, but like The Archer is so beautiful. And the lyrical content she was giving us, why can we all relate to it in one way or another, okay? I just love this era to death. I'll go on to the aesthetic, because that's like the first thing I'm thinking of. I think for the aesthetic of this era, I think this and rap were the most trendy aesthetic eras, especially at the time. Like 100% trendy. Rap particularly, like I remember this was released in 2017, and I remember this whole like writing of like old-fashioned font was super popular. She was starting to wear like oversized hoodies, and the color orange was part of her aesthetic. That was massive. Fashion brain over here, remembering everything. I remember that being such a huge trend, and I think for this era equally it is very trendy aesthetic wise, like the rainbows and like the iridescent CD and the pastels and like the butterflies. I do think this era, it is such a trendy aesthetic, and I actually love this aesthetic. This is more my aesthetic. I think this is like one of the closest to my own aesthetic, and like I love it. Also, we love the dip-dyed hair. That should have been kept for the whole era. I loved that. I love the singles. Am I like the only person who actually thinks Me is a great song? Is actually probably one of my favorites from this album. Just me, okay? One of the signatures for this era is like suiting, which I just think is badass bitch energy. Her wearing suits freaking everywhere. We stand. But I know she started off the era wearing the floaty dresses and the butterflies and then transitioned into that. Obviously we all knew because The Man was gonna become a single. We all knew it was an Easter egg somehow. We clever like that. And also people are saying she's like the most private this era. Can we talk about that? Was she really private when she really decided to, for the deluxe editions of Lover, release her diary notes from when she was a child? Secondly, Miss Americana, which I loved, and Only the Young is a bop, but Miss Americana literally opened up her life period between these two eras, and really we got like a proper set. It's just that it's different type of content to digest versus her traditional content that she was doing, and honestly I love it. I just think this era is amazing, and I think there's a lot more to come with this era, and that's what makes me excited. My top 3, you may ask? Well, probably one of the most unpopular opinions you're gonna hear ever. Me is one of my favorites from this era. It reminds me of me. Girl, that ain't no iron. Second one, Miss Americana, Heartbreak Prince. That one, I think when I first listened to the album fully, the first time, it was the one I gravitated towards the most, and I still think it's one of my favorites. See, my third changes, but I think if I had to group them, my third contenders are The Man, Cruel Summer, I Think He Knows, Cornelia Street, Afterglow, or Daylight. Period. There's no skips in this album at all. But if I had to say a least favorite, I guess it's like, It's Nice to Have a Friend, even though that's not too bad. Okay, number 2. This album, my number 2, it's just always gonna mean a lot to me. My number 2 is Speak Now or Forever Hold Your Peace. This album, Speak Now, the fairy tale aesthetic, Stan, the street style, she was cute, the overall vibe of it, adore. I actually think this is such a good album. What I think I love about it is that it was released when she was 20 and I'm 20 right now, and even listening to this I was like, I can relate to a lot of the stuff she's saying, like about, literally I can relate to Mean, I can relate to Enchanted. I have to talk about Enchanted later. I can relate to Innocent. Actually, Innocent is a song that I listen to when I'm feeling anxious or nervous. It calms me down and it's like, it's okay. You made a mistake, it's cool. You got this, it's gonna be okay. And I love that. What else can I relate to? Long Live. Oh, I love Long Live. And Never Grow Up. Oh my god, I can so relate to Never Grow Up. The production on this album, she really was like, pew! This production is amazing. Oh my god. Like Enchanted. Enchanted is one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs of all time. Hands down. This is the song I want to be my first dance at my wedding, and I just love it. I really do. It's so romantic and the production is everything, like the guitars and the violins and my ideal goal would be if she could perform this at my wedding. Like, oh my god, I love it. And then like, I love how it goes straight up to Better Than Revenge, which is like, F you bitches. And Haunted. Oh, Haunted, that production. Bitch. Oh, and the deluxe track. Hours, Superman, and If This Was a Movie. I never knew I actually needed it in my life until now. It is impeccable. Like, oh my god, Hours is adorable. Superman, and If This Was a Movie. Sparks by, I love it. This album produced is incredible, and Dear John, lyrically genius, and I love that she wrote this by herself. Also, yes, I was one of the people who did not know that this cover was actually a painting. Top 3. Enchanted, Long Live. I love the lyrics, I love the production, and my third favorite, oh my god, it's gonna be difficult. It's tied between Sparks Fly, Dear John, or Haunted. There's not really like a least favorite, but the one is like Last Kiss, just because again it's like Anna, but I do think it's really beautiful as a song. Now, if you could not guess, I'm still gonna do a drum roll because yeah. My number 1 Taylor Swift album for me is 1989! 1989 just hits different. Like, Deluxe specifically hits different on another level. Oh my god. I was literally trying to decide because constantly what I used to have before was me being tied between Speak Now and 1989. But I listened to both and I was like, it's 1989. I adore this album. Was this a cultural reset, you may ask? Yes. She really brought back the 80s. She did that. This is one of the best selling pop albums ever and deserved the Grammy of Album of the Year, although she was also snubbed for Lover and for Rap and Red Grammys. Let's chat. This album, pop perfection. This album is impeccable, and the aesthetic of this album, I love it. I honestly loved her street style throughout this entire era. The short hair, oh, I love the short hair. I love the 80s in general, and I love the synth pop sound of it. I love, again, the production of it, and like, again, this features like probably another one of my all-time favorite Taylor Swift songs, which is Style. Did she really have to do that? No. But did she do that? Yes. And am I forever in love with this song? Yes. It's such a good song. The instrumental, the vocals, the lyrics. Oh. And then straight after Out of the Woods. This also album means so much to me because of the hidden messages. I know that's the other thing what I really, really love about it. We begin our story in New York. Welcome to New York. There was once a girl who was known by everyone and no one. Blank space. Her heart belonged to someone who could not stay. Style. They loved each other recklessly. Out of the woods. They paid the price. All he had to do was stay. She danced to forget him. Shake it off. He drove past her street every night. I wish you would. She made friends and enemies. Bad blood. He only saw her in her dreams. Wildest dreams. Then one day he came back. How you get there, girl? Timing is a funny thing. This love, and everyone was watching. I know places. She lost him but found herself, and somewhat that was everything. Clean. And the reason why I think that's always resonated with me is because no matter where I'm at, this album is a healing album because of that. 100%. This album to me reminds me of healing. Especially when this album came out, I was dealing with like fake friends and moving on to different people. And this album just symbolized so much to me. And I think even now it symbolizes so much. No matter what life struggle, this album has always been there for me. And I adore that. That's again like the power with her music is like no matter where you are in your life, you are gonna relate made to her music, and I think that is beautiful. I just adore her for that. Okay, so my top 3 from this album, you may ask? Well, Style, Shake It Off, because I think that song's always gonna have a lot of meaning to me, plus I just think it reminds me of me. Yeah! I have between 3, so it's between You're in Love, New Romantics, and How You Get the Girl. I love them. And my least favorite, actually this used to be a skip. I even said in my unpopular opinion it was on my favorite track with Western, but I think now, like, because of the album, This Love just means a lot. This was not my favorite, but I still adore it. And that was my Taylor Swift album ranking. Tell me your opinion down below. I want to know what you guys think. Please like, subscribe, share. You know what to do, and I shall see you guys very, very soon. Cheers, adios, goodbye people, goodbye.